everybody, my name is Dustin McKinley, and this is a more or less another tutorial video specifically for playing Heroclix on this Roll20 app. This video will be posted on my YouTube channel, which is the McClix, and then also added to the Facebook group to try and help anybody who's new to the app or might not know certain things I've learned, and to kind of touch off of or extend another tutorial video for users who's also seen the 2 clicks from KO Roll20 tutorial video, which is also linked in the Facebook group as well. So right now what we have here is just the Roll20 app. I've already logged in, and you can see, I'm logged in, and I actually have one of the games that I created. So what's cool about this app is it's totally free to play, very easy to use, very easy to get whatever piece that you want to play in Heroclix on into this. So I'm really pumped for it and hyped once I saw it and saw what you could do and started playing with my buddies. I was hooked onto it, and I really just want to make this video to push it out to everybody and kind of just to extend and show you some different things and maybe some things you didn't know. So the first thing I really want to talk about before we get in and I show you some things that I do with the app is once you log in, one of the reasons why I created the Facebook group was I noticed you could go to games up here and you could check to see if there's any games. Alright, join games. Well, unfortunately for this site as of right now, so if you go to join a game, let's see here, click on it right here, so you can start searching for a game, right? Well, so the first thing I did was, wow, my buddy's he's working or he's away, so I'm just gonna look for a Heroclix game. Well, unfortunately right now, as you can see, there isn't officially a Heroclix game in here. So, and you could also try typing WizKids or anything else. So I was kind of bummed about that. And if you scroll down, I was looking through, and I really didn't see any Heroclix games. So I was like, well, maybe I can message or email the owner of this site or see if they can add that. Because there's going to be potentially an influx, hopefully within the next year or so, of players that start using this. So what I ended up doing was creating the Facebook group to kind of extend this. So since you can't search for games on here, at least you've got a Facebook group that you can use to meet up, create the game, and start playing. I think that's the easiest way as of right now. So that's just kind of an introductory to why I created the site, and I described that. So invite your friends, get everybody in here. I won't deny anybody as long as they don't start messing with the games that players are playing. So we'll go in here, and this is going to be some of the things that maybe wasn't detailed enough in the really good tutorial video that the 2 clicks from KO did, and I'll just show you some things that might help you out. So the first thing is, when you go to games, you can start a new game, and they showed you that, so which is pretty neat. So the cool thing is when you create the game, right, it saves everything in there. So if you have to leave or you finish the game, every piece that you uploaded, the picture that you uploaded, tokens, maps, and everything, they stay in there. It's on a server, so you never have to worry about bringing pieces back in. So we'll go ahead and click on this, and then, well, you can click to join. Before I clicked on that, you can just go to join game here. So this is a room that I've created since I started playing, and I've just been adding pieces. So if you see in here right now, it's got all of my pieces that we've been playing with lately already uploaded in here, and that's me just setting the zoom right now, and we'll talk about that in a moment. So up here at the top right, the art library So it's right up here. There's the chat window and then the art library. So if you look over here, these are all the pieces that I've customized within Paint, which I'll go over as well, and saved in here. So these are all uploaded onto this room that you created. So you don't have to delete the room. You can just, name it something else, or just leave it the same, and it'll have all of these pieces you can play. So you can start a game really quick again, invite somebody else, or if you have to go away and come back, everything will be on here, and it'll be how you left it on the map too, if you have pieces on the map, which is really cool. So that was one of the big things that struck me as, this is amazing, because now you don't have to kind of edit your pieces in Paint or a Photoshop program. They're always on here and they're ready to go. So so that's kind of just to let you know about, you don't have to worry about, if you leave the game or anything like that, you'll have your pieces still on in this app, which is very, very cool. So officially, I'm just going to leave this room that I created called the McClix. I might rename it to something else, and it's already going to have all these pieces. Now when another player joins, you can have them, they'll be like, we already have a team. All right, well, there's a lot of meta pieces on here, and you can add them, and if they need different pieces. So that's what I've been doing over time. And I think eventually what I might do is just create, because I have some free time at work to do this, and I can just create a specific server. Hopefully, I think you can create multiple ones. I'll have to look at that in maybe another video, and just make it a straight up like a server that you can just go in, join, upload these, and then go to a different room and then upload them again with them already kind of edited. So that's one really big cool thing that I wanted to put out to everybody. And so the tutorial video that we already posted from 2 Clicks from KO, they really describe how to play it and everything. So I'll just go over some other small things. The maps, the link is posted, and I can't remember the individual's name, but I posted I think his name's Clay. He has all of these maps, and let's just pull up the let's get another Microsoft here, and go to the link. Okay, so you can just copy that map viewer link that I posted of his website, which he does an amazing job. And let's see here, I'll just post it up here and go straight into it. So up at the top left here, like they described, they have different types. You can do modern, looks for specific indoor outdoor maps and all of that. So let's see, why isn't it showing up? That's odd. Maybe it's because I'm using Edge. Let's try it this way. Okay, here we go. So I'm in Chrome right now. I don't know what was going on with Edge. For some reason, for me, Chrome or Edge right now for me works. I find more luck using Edge, Microsoft Edge, with this app, but it could be different for anybody else. But it looks like the map viewer works better in Chrome for me, at least. So like they showed you, you can look for any map pretty much. He's got everything on here, which is awesome. And what I usually do is, you'll click it once to have that little blip come away, and then right click it again to have it come away. That way it won't save the dot on there. You save the image as, and you just save it to your desktop. Now from here, what I usually do, and this is one of the things I'll kind of extend on, is I'll open up the Paint program, and I'll go to File, find these Roll20, and then we'll go to Maps. So this is a different one. This is the Technodrome. So right here we got it like this, right? And what I like to do, and I've been doing this with a lot of maps now, is very simple. Just open up Paint. You should have it on your computer. You go up here and you want to crop it, right? So you want to do a, you know, it doesn't have to be exact, but you want to try and get the edge of the map, and then come over, and then pretty much just crop exactly the map. Now from here, all you need to do is just hold Control C, and then that'll copy it. All right, so that's the map. For the most part, we got it. And if you want to get really detailed and everything, then you can really be precise with it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go up to File, New, and we don't need to save that. And then I'm going to hold Control V and paste that into a new Paint window. All right. And then what we're going to do from here is we'll click on the outside, so then it shows the actual border of the whole image itself. And then if you look right here, you can actually customize it. So what we want to do is bring that down almost exactly on the outside edge of the map. Okay. And so from here we have specifically just the map itself. There's no outside white border. And then what you can do here is go to File, Save As. I usually do PNG, just because you can use the it's a high quality image on the web. So you'll save that, and you just call it like Techno. Since I already got one, I'll just say Techno number 2. Okay. And then the whole reason why we do this, and we'll go back to the map, is it's gonna make it a little bit larger of an image, a little bit clearer. And when you extend it on this right here, it's going to look a little bit better. Now if you save that image from Clay's website, the map image from Clay's website, and just uploaded it, it wouldn't be as large of a file, so, or clear as of an image. So you kind of got to edit it a little bit and make it look better. So let me see. I think this might be, if this pulls out here. Maybe I bugged it. Let's try this one. Oh, I think I know what I need to do. Nope. Okay, that's weird. Oh, okay, here it is. Okay, so it's really small, sorry. So let's see. I think these two are the same. Okay, so anyways, what I just did there, that shows you how you can transfer over anything you need. So next we're going to go to upload, choose a file, and we're going to look for the map that we just did. So Techno, and then it'll upload. They show this in the tutorial video. And then we'll just drag this over into here. And right now this is just, it's the small version. You've got to expand it, right? So if I did the other one, let me see if it's in here, so I can actually show you the difference it does make. Let's go with Technodrome. Click it twice so you get the blip off. Apps. There it is. Okay. So we're gonna go back up here. We'll just, it'll just keep uploading new files and stuff. So we'll upload this, and now this is gonna be at the top. Anytime you upload a new file, it's normally at the top, which is good. And then what we'll do is we'll drag, this is the one that I didn't edit, and you can see right here it's smaller, and when we expand it, I'll show you the difference. So when we expand it, it's gonna kind of get clearer, but if we expand the one that we edited, okay, it's gonna look a lot better. Okay, so that just shows you the difference you can do with a simple paint crop, and then saving it, and then it looks a lot better. And another reason is because it cuts out the white borders around the map. All right, so when you do this, it's gonna, you're gonna have a lot more room to play with and everything. So that's one of the reasons why you want to crop the map. See how it's kind of looking a lot clearer once we get it bigger. And then you can kind of just, however you want to do it. You can, I mean, you can literally have this whole map on the window and then put your figures on the map if you want. I like to kind of put them over to the side just so we can see what the other players have. So that's going to show you how to kind of, you know, customize the map to make it look better for your experience on here. So it doesn't look like crap. It looks good. You can see all the squares, and then from here, you know, you can zoom in and you can get it bigger, and then you can kind of customize it how you want. From here, how they showed you in the tutorial, you can right click it, go to layer, and then you can make this your map layer. So what I've been doing, and I haven't it hasn't degraded much. I literally, this is like my 5th map, so I'll just put one over the other and keep doing that. I would say eventually it might lag out and you might just have to create a new room. Right now I need to figure out how to kind of delete some of these things after you do a map layer, because once you make it a map layer, from what I can see, is that it locks it in. Things like this that you can move, you can actually delete those. So I need to figure out how to do that. But for right now, this is what I'm doing, and obviously it's not affecting anything. Everything is moving smooth, and so that's the kind of the map editing little tip that I wanted to give everybody. If they were importing maps and just using the map from Clay's site, which they're great, you still have to, for this specific app, to make it look really good, you probably want to edit it in Paint like I showed you. So that's one of the big tips that I wanted to give everybody. And from here, you know, like they showed you, you can just pull over what you need, and then customize it to kind of fit the box so it looks good, so it's not like a giant that looks like it takes up 2 squares. And then you can do the same thing with the characters as well. Alright, so you can go to open, let's go, where are you? Where are my files? This might take a while. Okay, here we go. Heroes, and then we've got a Hulk right here, right? So like they showed you, the best way to get any piece you want, even if you don't have it, this is what's great about this, is that you can test teams before you get it, the figure in a trade, or before you go to a tournament. If you, like me, sometimes I have to spend 30 minutes to an hour trying to find a figure because I have so many Heroclix. You can just pull the picture from HC Realms and save it through the unit section, and then from there you can save it and then open it up in Paint. I usually do this, but a lot of them you don't need to. And you can do the same thing. You can kind of crop it a bit to get some of that white border away, kind of like that maybe. Or if you want to get really intricate, you could actually literally do the free form, but I think that takes too much time, because what I like about this is quick, easy. You can get your characters in fast and start playing. So we'll do the same thing, Control C, then we can move them a little bit, go to new, don't save, pull that, and then the image size is pretty much the same as the pasted piece. So then we can go to save as, alt test, and go back to our uploads over here, and we can upload your heroes. So there's the Hulk test. So you can see right here, this one looks a little bit, it's cropped a little bit more, so less white edge, and looks like it might be just a little bit magnified, just a bit. And the reason why I do that with, I mean, some of these I haven't done that to. You can literally just customize the size on it and it's fine. But sometimes if I really want to make it look good and there's less white border, then that's less you have to worry about with the white going into another square. So if you really want your game to look good on here, then I recommend you do that. That way, you know, so you can have, there's a little bit of white, I guess, right there. I can make them smaller. Let's see here. Zoom in. And you can kind of start doing it like that. Make it smaller if you want. And so these will always stay that size too, so it's not like they'll revert back to the normal image size. So that's your tips for creating the maps, editing the maps, and editing the figures. All right, so that's what I've been doing with these. And then, like I said, you can just start uploading anything and everything you want. You know, if you want to test tons of teams out, just start putting those all in there. And you don't even, if you want to make it really quick, you don't even need to customize. I would say customize the map at least. But as far as the figures, you don't even have to unless you want to make it look really good. So let's see, what else can I found out about this. Okay, so this is your uploads, right? This is all your files. And then at the top right here again, if you go back to chat, one thing that makes it a lot easier is down here. If you highlight this is the link to your specific game. So what you can do is I usually just copy it, so you'll have to get it so where it's grayed, so you gotta hover over it and then Control-C and send it to your buddy, you know, through either a Discord channel, Facebook, text, whatever. And then this is what you'll send to the user or the player that you want to play against, and this is the direct link to this. And when they come in here, they'll see everything that you have on here, depending on, you know, their internet speed connection and their computer. But this site, it's not like you needed a fast computer, a gaming rig or anything to play. It's very simple. It works on pretty much any computer that I've tested. I've tested on 3 different computers. My computer now, which is it is a gaming rig, but then I tested on my laptop, which is like 7 years old, 8 years old, does just fine as what it would be on here, and you know, my work computer as well. So this is an amazing app right now. So you don't need a computer, amazing app for any type of computer. So that's another good thing about this. And so back to the link, this is what you'll use, you know, if you're having a hard time figuring out, or if the user can't search for your game through keywords or anything. The best way to do this is just use this little link down here. Send them this link, have them join it, and then it's good to go. You know, it's click and get right into the game. Now when they come in, what I noticed when I first started playing with my buddy is there's certain things, and the tutorial explains this as well, where you got to make sure and you can edit the click on the gear, controlled by, and that's my other buddy I play with. You can do all players, so you got to make sure and do that through before they start playing, because they won't be able to move these things until you do that. So that's really important to do, because for the first like 10 minutes I forgot that he wasn't able to control any of his pieces, only I was, and I had to make it to where all players, or him specifically, if he only wanted to control it, to do those. So I've got my tokens lined up here, and I've got some objects and everything like that. So always make sure and put all of these on all players if you can. And then also, as of now, or when I first started playing, I was only able to import things onto into this. All right, he wasn't. So and it's really not hard to do. You literally just save the image from HC Realms. And so let's see here, I'll pull it up just so you guys can see it easier. You literally just go over here, and there's Iron Man, right click, or you can open it up and then save image as, and then just upload it. That's all you have to do for those, really. So yeah, that's what we ran into. Was, you know, I was doing everything, which was fine because a lot of these pieces I wanted in here anyways. But if, from what I found out, is you can actually set it in the game settings. So let's go back. I think this is where I found it. Let's go to, click on the actual match I have, and then right here, if you go to settings and then go to game settings, if you scroll down, where's it at? Right here. This setting right here, allow players to import their own characters. So if you want to have less work on you and you want them to start helping you out, or, you know, if they just want to make their own team, you can check yes, so that they are allowed to import their own characters. Alright, so I highly recommend that too, so it's less work on you. But, you know, you can do whatever. So I literally just found that out about 20 minutes ago. So that's another tip I found out to make this easier for everybody. Let's go back in to join the game. So depending on, and it looks like from what I've noticed, once you start getting a lot more images in here, it looks like it's going to take a little bit longer to join. But, you know, that's with any game or anything that starts loading a lot of these things. But it's not like, you know, I would say maybe like 10 seconds. At first it was like 5 seconds, and now it's 10 seconds. So we've got a good amount of stuff in here showing you, you know, there's a lot of different teams you could build with, different combinations you could build with the stuff we have in here right now. So that's another few things, tips that I want to talk about to make it easier for you guys to understand. As far as the up here at the top left, I confirmed my buddy and he said he could see it. There is the little ruler marker, so it helps you. It's kind of like you can use this as a line of sight tool, which is pretty cool. He said he could see the arrow. I didn't have him try and use it. I need to, but he said he could see everything. So, you know, if you're having questions with line of sight, or if you're like, can this guy see this guy, you can use that little ruler at the top left for your line of sight tool, which is really awesome. Let's see what else. Some things, and if you're like, you know, I can't see the figures, or your other buddy can, and it looks good, just ask him what his magnification is, and you can set it to the same, so you're both seeing the same thing. Or you can go up at the top right here, use the zoom, and then you'll have to scroll over a bit. But I think I set mine around like 50, and then I'll scroll down a bit like that so I can see everything. And then you can hit F11. Let's see if I don't know if it'll do it with this one. And Chrome, it'll do a full screen display. I don't use Edge as much, but yeah, if you hit F11 in like Chrome or anything else, you'll get a full display. Maybe I already did, who knows. Okay, but yeah, so that's a few little things, tricks you can do for the zoom. You can either use the slider up here, or you both can be, you know, set on a magnification. Obviously, when you have more pieces in the middle and everything, you don't need to look at the bottom, and then you can zoom in to see everything if you want. It's really cool. And then you can just go back to, you can do a, you know, a pan if you want. Really, those are the only things I've been using right now, is the select move, so you can select your pieces. This is a really good line of sight, the little ruler up there. And then if you both want to be on the same magnification to see everything, then you can type that in right there. Let's see what else might help you guys. Okay, so when you click on the figures itself, some of the things that I've been doing, and you can do it any way you want. Obviously, when you click on it, you'll have the 3 circles, and this is really good for, like, I use the red circle for exactly the what click number it's on, and then you can use the other things, like for instance the haha Joker. What I usually use, the red circle for the click number, and the blue circle for how many tokens I started the game with on him. So if you have different pieces like that, you know, that include like tokens, um, anything that might need additional tokens or anything like that, you can use those extra circles for that. So that's really nice to have. And then when you do this, you have to remember, you put in the number and then you have to hit enter to save it. Otherwise, if I hit 2 and go back down here, where was he at? So Spider-Man, if I hit 2, clicking back, it doesn't save it. So remember, you have to hit the number and then hit enter to save that. Let's see. So the easiest way that I find, obviously if you have the pieces with you, you could do it like that. If you have like a big computer desk or space around your computer, you can have your pieces out and your cards with them to look. But another easier way to do it, if you're remote, or if you don't have your pieces with you, and I literally just do this anyways because I don't want to pull out everything I have, is just go to HC Realms and go to the unit section, and then a few tips you can do for this that I found. So I find it best when you go to the unit section to log out of your profile if you have one. That way you can open up multiple. You can open up one for your team and one for the opponent's team. Now here's one thing you have to consider with this whole thing. All right. And they're talking about using this, which is awesome. I can't wait. They're talking about using this program or this app for future tournaments, which is really good. I mean, this has literally everything you need to play Heroclix. It's fast, easy, it's effective, and I'll show you the role mechanics in a second. So I'll kind of intertwine what I'm getting ready to talk about with this. So what you can do with the unit section is build your team. There's Iron Man, Punisher, Daredevil, and you can just have your team over here, and then when, say for instance, if Iron Man hit Daredevil, and then you're like, okay, what clicks he on? This is where you just use this, all right? So you would go over here, and all right, we'll get the actual pieces I have. Sorry, Hulk. Where are you at? Okay, we'll add him, and then we'll add Nick Fury. Okay. So if you have Hulk out here, and then Nick Fury right here, okay, and then Hulk charges in and does, like, I don't know, 4 damage to Nick Fury. Okay, so you can extend it like this. Sometimes what I do is, if I'm playing against my buddies here, I'll extend it out to about right here. If you have dual displays, it really helps. I've got a dual display, it's just not showing. And then what you can do is, let's see here, let's go to Heroclix and go over to the unit section, and then, okay, so that was weird. I don't know why it saved it on there, but anyways, so then I've got Nick Fury over here. So now you're seeing both. You can see the dials. So this is where the site, obviously it's not like, which is another game that mod that I recommend, is the Tabletop Simulator Heroclix, if you want to get more of a actual video game experience. On that, it actually has the dials where you can turn and everything. On this site, you're not going to get the dials per se that you can actually click. All right, you have to use these circles, which is just as efficient and effective as any other type of game. So then, Hulk hits Nick for 4, so then you see he's on click 4, so you just go over to Nick, go in here, alright, he's on click 4, cool. And then if your buddy's like, what clicks he on 4, and then if he's got AC Realms up, you can be like, alright, so Nick's on that. So that's how you can use AC Realms easily, for the dial mechanics. If you don't have the pieces in front of you physically, or the cards, you can use it. This is the way I do it anyway. So here it gets back to talking about some of the things, and maybe some other people have already thought of ways to kind of work around this, but whatever. So right now, you know, this is like a we'll talk about the potential tournament in the future, and what I'm thinking about doing too for the Facebook group is that they have the cards, right? They made the cards with the dials on the back so that people can see them. Obviously, when you're in a tournament, from what they stated, that you can see the front, just not the back. Now, when you play on this, you're online, so you literally can see your opponent's dials and the length and everything. So, you know, that comes back to memorizing the dials and everything. So, you know, if people start to get more serious and actually use this for tournaments, bear that in mind. So I don't know if they have certain ways that they're going to figure out how to, you know, work with that, or how they can do that. But for right now, for what I'm doing with this, I'm not using it as I would like to in the future as a competitive tournament online game. It's more of testing teams, just playing Heroclix when you're not able to, and you know, who cares? People see the other players' dials. At least that lets them. This also helps from learning the dials too. You know, you can literally use this when you play this on here is to learn the dials. Obviously, when you go to your tournaments and everything, if you're like, let me see the back, you know, people will be like, no, or that's against the rules and yada yada yada. But who cares? That's just my 2 cents on this. It doesn't really matter. You know, even if I do fun little tournaments, which I really want to start doing with this Facebook group, you'll be able to, you know, play for like an LE prize or something, and I'll mail it out. And then I think ROC is already starting to talk about putting in full-fledged tournaments, which will be awesome. So, you know, for me, like if it was just like an LE prize or something like that, I would care less that people can see their dials. Who cares? Because, you know, when it comes back to it, it's a dice game. It doesn't matter, you know, to an extent if you're going to hit or not, because the dice is still what happens. So to get back to this is what you would use. You can just, you know, do this, and then sometimes to get quicker at it, you can just alt tab it, alt tab, just holding alt and pressing tab to bring them up and go back to the thing to look at your pieces. It's literally all I do with this, and it's really easy and effective. You'll get really fast at it. So the reason why I said, and I don't know why it did it, but not to log into your profile in the units page, is because it will save your builds, right? So hopefully if I do this, if it works like I think it will, let's just say I went to ADW and I wanted a Black Panther and an Iron Man, and this would be my opponent's team. Now it should still save the Nick Fury and Hulk, I'm hoping. So let's go back and see. Here, let's say I want to look at the forums page, and I'll be like, oh, I want to go back to my units page because I'm playing. Alright, so okay, so it looks like it still saved it from the other. So don't I guess my recommendation for right now, until I figure this out and why it's doing that, once you get the teams built, open up 2 different, 3 or 4, depending on if you're playing like a battle royale or anything, windows, each with a separate team. Alright, and just go ahead and make sure you don't click on anything else to back out, because it looks like it'll save, it'll log in the team that you most recently created. Alright, so that's really how the best way to play this, so that you know the dials and the figures. So that's a more of a detailed tutorial on that. Okay, so let's see what else. You can go back into the settings. You click on a figure, go into the settings, and where it has right here where the name, you want to name it Hulk, and if you actually want to show it, which I usually do, you'll just go to show nameplate up here, and then it will show the name on the piece now, which is kind of cool. And you know, it's really small font, so it's not going to get in the way. Okay, so this little icon, let's see what this does, so that you guys can see. Alright, I guess it puts a little blip up there. I guess you could use the tokens like this. Okay, how do I erase it? Do I right click it? Oh, you click it again. Okay, cool. All right, so here's something I just learned on here is instead of using the tokens, if you don't want custom tokens to import, you could literally click this little icon below him, and then you could hit, you know, blue for 1 token, and then red for 2 tokens, and do it like that. I think I might start doing that because that's really small. Let's see if it stays with him. Yep, stays with him. So you can do that for your tokens. That works out pretty cool. Going back into this, let's see. So you have your bars up here. Instead, if you don't want to click on the circles, which I usually do, it's easier. You can go into the settings and do it like that. I guess you can put some notes and stuff down there. But yeah, they made this really good for playing tabletop games. So let's see, what else can I tell you about? I think that's pretty much it. That's all you need to start playing. And once you get the feel of this and you start getting your images uploaded, you know, you literally can just keep those images on here and go back and play another game against somebody else. Have them join your game if you already have images. Just remember, like I said, if you want other users to upload images instead, you'll have to go back to where that settings button was at the main menu of the room that you created. Other than that, yeah, it's really easy to use. This is an awesome app. I highly recommend it. If we can start getting a lot of people into this and start using it, you know, people literally can just start playing Heroclix at home if they can't make it out. You know, sometimes where I live, most of the people play during the week, and then there's like maybe 1 or 2 games on the weekends or Saturday because I work Sundays. So literally I can only play Heroclix pretty much once a week. But then I found out about this app, and I was like, I could literally play Heroclix every day if I wanted to and get really good, prep for tournaments. Highly recommend using this. And yeah, so like if I just hit back and I exited out and I went back in, the Adam and everybody should be on that map still exactly how we left it. Yep, see here, or yeah, there we go. Yep, still in the same place. So that's it's really cool. Oh yeah, and we'll talk about the dice mechanics finally, and then we'll wrap this up, just because this is pretty much all the tips that I wanted to hand out so far until I learn more. As you can see up here, it tells you how to do the rolls for it, and this rolling system is really good. I don't see anything wrong with it at all. It's not like it's cheating or anything. You just have to be mindful, you know. So if I want to roll a single d6, /roll space d6, and boom, you've got your single d6. If I want to roll 2d6, /roll space number 2 d6, and you got 2 rolls. Pretty much it. You got your single dice roll and your second dice roll. And then if you're feeling frisky and you got the new I can never say his name, Dormammu. You roll 3d6. Boom. Look at that. And I'm going to keep the 6 and the 5 with him. So those are your roll mechanics. Be mindful of that, like I said, because sometimes if you do a double accidentally, or say for instance, I'm going to do leadership and I accidentally do a 2d6. Oops. Oh, scroll down. Okay, and then they're like, oh, you're only supposed to roll 1. So it's up to you guys to be like, oh, maybe I'll just take the lower one, or somebody might be like, just re-roll it and then to go roll d6. So be mindful of that, not putting the 2 in front to roll 2d6 or 1d6. So that's literally all you really need for that. And I guess with the Doctor Strange or anybody that has d20s, I don't know how you would do that. I guess you could roll a d20 and then I don't know, maybe you could customize the dice that you have and then actually literally number the the dice physically with little numbers or something, and then be like, all right, that's it. I don't know. I don't. The D20 figures on here is going to be kind of tough to play with, or anything that has like crazy dice like that. But for the most part, if you're not playing Felix Faust, Doctor Strange, or anybody with D20, then this game is fine for everything. So that's it. That was the tips and tricks that I have for you guys to help you out with this. If you have any questions, you can message me through the Facebook group, or, you know, I'm posting this on my YouTube channel in McClix. You can send me a message through there, add comments as well with the video. And yeah, that should be it. Hopefully this helps you guys, and I hope to see this people start playing Heroclix on here. It's an amazing app to use, and I'm gonna just start trying to get everybody I can to start playing this. I've got a Discord channel up on the Facebook group. It's literally the same thing, same name as the Facebook group, Heroclix Roll20 online group. Right here, from what I've got, is the 5 Heroclix matches. We might need more if people start using this, and you know, we have tons of people playing in matches. Tournament channel I made, from what I was talking about earlier. Maybe in a couple of weeks, once everybody gets familiar with the site, we can have like an official tournament, maybe Friday night, and use these channels, use the official Discord channels, have a tournament, play for like an LE prize, something that's not going to be like, you know, Dormammu, because, you know, like I said, you have all of that stuff involved with other players looking at other dials, and then people will get butthurt, quote unquote, and then they'll be like, well, this is ridiculous because they can see the other dials. So we won't play for anything crazy. We'll just play for some extra. I've got tons of clicks, maybe something fun, you know, something cheap, maybe like a toy soldier or something, and then I'll mail those off. I think that'll be pretty cool. And maybe this can kind of be like to show the ROC, if they're not already doing it, what potentially this could turn into. So that's the tournament channel. I think from here, what I have, my ideas for this would be all the players can come in here that signed up for the tournament, and, you know, me or somebody else who's in charge of it pretty much give out the layout, say who's matched up with who, and then they'll go into their different matches, their Discord channels, and start playing. And then the judge channel down here, I'm not an official judge. I have a good grasp of the rules, but, you know, if we actually have somebody who wants to come in and be an official judge or anything, they could be in here. And then if somebody has a question, they simply just go down, click in the judge channel, be like, hey, I got a question on this figure, does blah 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 happen? And then, you know, if the other player stays in the room, then he literally doesn't have to be like quiet or anything about it. He can literally come down to the judge channel, and the player can send a link to the judge, coming up here and send the link, and then he can be like, all right, I'm going to join real quick to see what's going on, and be like, he can actually go into the Heroclix match itself. Or if the player has a specific question he doesn't want the other player to hear, and he can ask the judge, he can go right in here. So I think that's a cool setup for what's going to you know, happen potentially with this Facebook group and this Discord server. So this is all the tips and tricks that I can think of right now. I'll probably make another video to show you guys more things, but I think this covers everything that I've learned to make it really easy, and just to start playing Heroclix in a really good, easy and good looking way here. So yeah, I'll post this up, and hopefully we can get some more people to join this group, this Facebook group, and the Discord server. And yeah, all right, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.